I only watch Squid School certified YouTubers. There we go. There we go. That's a loyal consumer there. That's someone I can profit off. Unlock every weapon very early on. My mind cannot be changed. I agree. I think... well, okay. It can be overwhelming. But I don't think it should be level capped. I think you should be able to buy whatever weapon you want immediately. But you have to buy them. I think that's a good way to do it. Because then you get to learn, like... whatever it is that you want to learn immediately. And, like... have a diverse play style from somebody else instead of everyone having to play juniors. I think that's a really good way to do it. And you can, like, what the game could do is say, hey, this is a more difficult weapon to learn, and put that on the description of the weapon. But let you buy it anyway. You know, you want to play the hardest weapon in the game. You know, you want to just try and play Bamboo at level 1. Good luck with that. We're going to tell you it's hard, but if you want to spend your money on that, go for it. I only watch Squid School certified YouTubers. There we go. There we go. That's a loyal consumer there. That's someone I can profit off. You'll love to see it. Continue pledging your support to corporations, kids. Me and the other corporate overlords love it when you do that. Nice. Okay, I really like this rail. This rail gives me a lot of options. It's great for burst bomb users. Pop those. You are separated. And look at this. I don't think I can do anything like that. Where'd that go? They could rush over the wall after a second. Rail. I should take the rail again. Damage on it. That'll slow him down at least. We're gonna pressure that rail, but teammates. Oh, that's where I wanted that. Shred some armor. Armor basically neutralized, except for the fight that we lost on the right-hand side. I do really like how I'm playing this right now. I think this is the way that this should go. It's a little bit more backline, but I'm able to have a significant impact using the burst bomb. I can attack this pretty well from over here, but I can't stay here too long because that. But the burst bombs are really nice because they just deny my opponent access to space that they are trying to use. Oh no, that pushed me off the ledge. That's not good. I don't want to drop down there because there's going to be a shark. Ooh, this is really bad. And I do not even have an angle to hit them from. Down there? No. There's still someone in here, though. They're gonna kind of come after me. Okay, so we're jumping into what? How did we jump there? Jumping was even faster than swimming. Swimming that you die. was a good bomb. There we go. We don't win these. Beautiful. The chip damage is definitely helping my team out a lot. Oh, I could have climbed up. I could have climbed up the wall. I actually landed. I didn't know it was painted there. Shoot. I should have held ZL. Nice. Okay, we gotta protect this clam. We had to go in, and we just went elsewhere. Like, I was trying to get us to the basket there, but Clam didn't follow. We got a pick and everything, but we're just really focused on pushing right the whole time. Oh well. Yeah, Clam Blitz overtime is too short, in my opinion. They actually changed it in a patch. It used to be longer, and I liked it way more when it was longer. So I hope that they change that in Splatoon 3. Very clean. We don't have a lot of the wall painted, so there's not a lot of direction to come up from. Can I get one shot, please? Shot? Fire? Oh my god. What do I do? Oh my god. That is a trick that exploited them not covering all of their angles. I was elite. We didn't have real control of that space. They just didn't enforce their control over it. When you have a part of the map like painted, or you have enough players around to splat someone who walks into that zone, you still need to actually do that, to splat that opponent when they get into that zone. If you don't end up enforcing it, then they can just walk into places that they in theory should not be able to, that your team has the resources to stop them from gaining access to. Something that I talk about at some length in the How to Get Out of A Rank video is when you have control of the map, if someone moves into it, you need to enforce that. You cannot just let them walk in on you. I think that's where a lot of players get the idea that a brush is really good in Clam Blitz just because it can move with a power clam into the enemy basket. That's not the right way to go about it. That's not the way that you're going to find a lot of success, especially in the later ranks. Oh, okay, white ink frames. That is really helpful. Thank you, Lulin. Next time that happens to me, I just have to kind of stand still and wait. How do you mentally warm up before sessions? Aim drills and such can warm up my mechanical skill. I struggle to get into a good headspace. I definitely think about it. I think about where my head is at before I start. But it's not something that I've thought about directly as such, so I don't have a good answer to that formulated, and I'm trying to think about it. Something that really helped me very early on, I've never gotten into meditation per se, but one thing that I did do once was I sat in a dark room that was really quiet, and I just sat there with my eyes closed for a good 15 to 20 minutes. And the only thing that I was trying to do was to completely clear my head of any thoughts that I could. It seems like a paradoxical thing to try and do, to try and clear your head, because then you're thinking about trying to clear your head, you know, that's a directive. So it's really hard to wrap your head around to completely clear it out. But after about 15 minutes, I managed for an instant to be in a state where I was really just kind of head empty. And being in that state feels like a hard reset on everything. Like, you're stopping your subconscious from nagging at you about something. That thing that bothered you yesterday that you haven't really realized has been bothering you today too, and that is just on your mind constantly, but you're not consciously aware of it, that's gone. All of those little things that you kind of like clear out the garbage, you change your filter. You're changing the lint filter in your brain's dryer so that it doesn't catch fire on you. Is actually a pretty good metaphor for it. And once you've got your, once you reset like that and you open your eyes, the next thing you're thinking of is the game, and all you're going to think about is the game. And that's the way that I work best, when I'm just thinking about the game. Not thinking about the result of the game. I'm not thinking about, oh, I need to hit this okay line. I'm not thinking about that player was squid bagging me. I'm not thinking about, this is going to be so embarrassing if I lose this because I'm an X rank player, but I'm only an S rank. Why am I losing? I'm not thinking any of those things. I'm thinking about what is happening in the game right now and what do I need to do next in order to win it. So learning to clear your mind is a really important skill, I think. I think it has absolutely made the difference for me in situations where I was about to tilt and then caught it and decided not to. I remember, very soon after I learned how to do this, there was a match that I was playing in Super Smash Bros. Melee where I was down 4 stocks to 2. It was a very dire situation. And because I was able to reset, stop playing impulsively, stop playing because I was upset, because I was swinging for the fences, and start playing the game correctly and going in when I had an opportunity, I was able to pull it back and win it. And I attribute that ability to that game win. I've never forgotten that game win. It was just some random school tournament that I was running on like week 7 of my freshman year or something. But that really showed me the power of being able to do that. How to play Backline Clam blitz feels like here they require you to make plays even if the weapon isn't suited for it. You enforce whatever zone your team has managed to control. That's what I'm learning as the Grim Range Blaster, but it would be even more so on a backline weapon. As soon as your team has control of something, it's your job to stop the enemy team from ever entering it and letting your teammates push up even more. Well, we have a disconnect. This has the potential to go very quickly. That's what the K-52 does. It moves up at a very deliberate pace. Threatening you. Oh my god, I'm out of ink. If I had ink, I'd probably hit both of those shots, but... K52 feels like they know what they're doing here. The fact that we had a teammate pushing out the left-hand side in that situation is frustrating, but I'm not going to worry too much about it. It was a 3v4. But what that K52 did, like, look at that and internalize that. That's kind of how a K52 plays. It will paint up as far as it can, and then when it starts to get contested, it can throw a wall. And it can paint up some more in front of that wall, and if that paint allows it to move forward more, then it can scoot the wall a little bit further forward. And if it doesn't, then it can back up and paint for special. And then the Booyah can let it move even further forward from there. And at no point in time have you ever gotten an opportunity to safely engage on this weapon. Meditation is more than just clearing your mind. That is a part of meditating, but to meditate on something is to specifically think about one individual thing. So I guess you could say I meditated on not thinking or something like that. I don't know. But meditation is typically used as a means of processing information. Like letting your subconscious mind work itself out. That's my understanding of it. Whereas what I'm doing is literally just completely clearing my subconscious. That was a pretty lucky stop. I don't have a great advantage here in mid. It's like really easy to flank me. Some pressure, I suppose. I just need to keep changing positions so that they don't catch on and try and flank me. Oh. I have no advantages if I push forward. Nobody in front of me. Oh, I was not even paying attention to the fact there was someone on the rail. I'm not gonna say, you know, I don't recommend meditation. Like, there are definitely aspects of it that are really valuable. I'm not a huge fan of the fact that it gets all wound up in, like, Eastern spirituality. Especially, like, even worse, a Westerner's misinterpretation of Eastern spirituality. That's when it gets really cringy. But, it, I think is a valuable thing for humans to do. Regardless of what they believe. Have someone clear out there. I can get a couple clams. I do have. I can at least threaten from this direction. Maybe them blow resources. Oh, they've all dropped down since. Shoot. If they kept up the pressure over Plat, that play would have been stronger, because then people would drop down to deal with me and be out of position to deal with my teammates on the right. Typically, you do want to set up a two-pronged attack there, you know. Even if you're not going to have the advantage on, like, Plat, you can play it like that K52 did and just get our attention, waste our time, make us look in a different direction than we want to. We should be able to pick that one, too, but we didn't. Super jump, maybe? Super jump power clam? Instead of getting killed in mid. clams so I can keep the basket open. Darn. Someone dropped it, nobody saw it. We do get a few more in because of that. And there, oh, some more on bunker. So if they win this 1v1, I think they win the game. No, not quite. Thanks for the follow, Goo Tuber. This sounds like a German name, but I don't know. I pronounced it like that. I get him before the armor comes out, and I direct this guy. No, I don't. Oh, no, I did, but they had armor on. I did. Oh. I thought I had him in a pretty good straight line there, but missed it. We need clams in order to make this play. There we go. At this point, we literally just wait until overtime starts and then throw one more. Like that. You don't need to go for the KO, you don't need to expose yourself by making the sound effect. If you score the one clam in overtime and you're in the lead, it ends the game. So that's a much safer way to end that game. Big shout out to Healthy Gamer GG. I think that is a very valuable resource in gaming communities. The titles can be a little clickbaity and make it seem a little bit like it's about to be this sort of, I don't know, like influencer cult sort of deal. Sort of like the Andrew Tate stuff, but when you actually get in it, like a very good, thoughtful individual that can make you think about your mind a lot differently. There are definitely some differences in perspective that I have with him about, you know, how he sees the world, but he's a psychiatrist. Like, he's qualified. He's someone you can actually, you know, listen to and trust his advice as a medical professional. I shot him once, guys. All we needed to do was get like 1 or 2 shots, depending on your weapon. Nah, I missed too much. But like with 3 spray shooters there, they've got the fire rate, but they can take the shots they need to hit that guy. They're not aim-intensive weapons. Clear them out now. There's still one over the top. Got them. Oh, no. Okay. I caught it. Thank you, Suzanne Yang. Appreciate the follow. Or subscription. Sorry, this is YouTube. Nice. Just up there. That'll tag him. We're going to back up from this. Drop it. Directly in the face. And then we're gonna wait for the team to make a power clam, I guess. Someone watching me. Hey, look at me, haha, look at funny man over here. I'm so goofy and silly. I'm about to score. Hee 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 hoo hoo hoo. Woohoo! They let me get away with that, huh? Oh, beautiful, beautiful job on the junior there. Oh my god, this is such a good push. I'm so proud of my team for everything that has happened. 3 more? 2 more? He doesn't have the clams. Okay, he's trying to poke in to try and get the clammos underneath the basket, but they're probably going to die for that. Yep. Both of them are going to die for that. That was a really bad jump. Like, not only could I tell that it wasn't safe just from the distance they were from each other, but the enemy team had already been, like, shooting in that direction at them. That's unfortunate. So the player who overstated the basket to try and get the clam there, I could at least see some hesitancy in what they were doing. They were like moving forward and then being like, this doesn't seem safe, but I kind of want to do it. But the player who jumped in just kind of fed in at that point. That was really unfortunate. This is where I'd hit both shots if I had any Yankee. Feels very easy to tilt in Splatoon because dying means you feel helpless for the next 20 seconds. It's like that in all shooters. Less so, I would say, in this one, because in like something like hardcore mode Call of Duty or something like that, you're going to be out for the entire game, or like Valorant or CS:GO. Like that whole round, it's just done for you as soon as you get hit. And the weapons have more range and are, you know, really, really quick to kill. So it's honestly a little bit better in this game, just because of the fast respawn time and the ability to super jump, stuff like that. But yeah, it's something you have to deal with. One more match at most. Yeah, it's very unlikely we get that match. The matches have not been coming very fast because it's S rank. I think it's pretty intuitive why people tilt in a game like this. It's very frustrating and punishing to get splatted. Oh my god, this is a terrifying bar. I forgot that I left myself something like this. So it's very punishing when you get splatted, and there are a number of different factors that you can blame outside of your own performance for a loss. In something like a fighting game, it's you and it's the other guy. And yeah, your characters are different, but if you pick a character that's worse than their character, that's on you. And you probably know that once you get to a competitive level. So there's really not that much that you can make excuses for. And people try anyway. That's what No Johns means in Super Smash Bros. There's this actual guy named John. I have met him and played against him in tournament. Who got so well known in his scene in Texas at the time for making excuses every single time something went wrong. My hands were cold, I didn't get enough sleep last night, someone was touching my shoulder, people were yelling too loud, you know. There was always something besides his own performance that was to blame, that they started naming excuses after him. They would say, instead of no excuses, no Johns. That has become such a well-known term in the community that even Reggie Fils-Aimé said no Johns on a recording that played before EVO 2015. I think it was 2015, maybe 2014. So that's a really well-known thing. In a team game, there are times where your team actually can potentially let you down. But because there is a valid excuse sometimes, people use that excuse every time. And if it's not their teammates that they can, you know, use as an excuse not to have to change, because change is hard and people don't want to put in effort to change, and we're just naturally resistant to it, every single one of us, myself included. We decide that it's something else to blame that was just outside of our control. And slowly nothing is within our control. And we blame everything except for ourselves for our losses. And that's how people get really, really sad and really, really angry playing this game. And it works that way for a lot of competitive titles as well.